Darkness has always existed alongside humanity. Long before cities, before fire, before language itself, there was night. Not the soft glow of artificial light we know today, but a total, consuming absence of vision. In that world, darkness was not a background, it was an environment. It surrounded, pressed in, and demanded awareness. To survive, humans learned to listen more closely, to feel more deeply, to sense what could not be seen. This ancient relationship may explain why darkness still affects us so strongly. Fear of the dark is often dismissed as childish, yet it appears in people of all ages, cultures, and belief systems. Even those who consider themselves rational may feel unease when standing alone in total darkness. The mind becomes alert, alertness becomes tension, and tension turns into imagined presence. The body reacts before logic can intervene. From a biological standpoint, this reaction is understandable. Darkness limits visual information, and the human brain is not comfortable with uncertainty. When the eyes can no longer confirm safety, the brain fills in the gaps using memory, instinct, and imagination. Evolution favored those who assumed danger rather than safety. A false alarm meant survival. A missed threat meant death. Over thousands of years, this response became embedded in our nervous system. But biology is only one layer of the experience. Psychologically, darkness represents the unknown, and the unknown has always unsettled the human mind. We fear what we cannot define, control, or predict. In the dark, familiar spaces lose their identity. A room becomes something else entirely. Objects lose their boundaries. Silence grows heavier. Time feels distorted. The mind begins to wander inward, toward thoughts we often avoid during the noise of the day. This is where darkness becomes more than a physical absence of light. It becomes a mirror. In darkness, people often confront emotions they suppress during waking life. Grief, regret, guilt, desire, fear. Without visual distraction, awareness turns inward. Some experience this as anxiety. Others experience it as clarity. The same darkness that terrifies one person can bring comfort to another, not because they enjoy fear, but because the silence allows honesty. Across cultures, darkness has always carried symbolic meaning. It is associated with death, the underworld, the womb, the unknown, and transformation. Myths often describe heroes descending into darkness before returning changed. This descent represents confrontation with fear, with truth, with the self. Darkness, in this sense, is not evil. It is a threshold. Interestingly, many ancient traditions did not view darkness as the opposite of life, but as its beginning. Creation myths often start in darkness before light emerges. The womb itself is dark. Seeds grow in darkness before reaching the surface. These patterns suggest that darkness is not merely absence, but potential. So why does it still frighten us? Perhaps because darkness removes our illusions of control. In light, we feel capable. We see where we stand. In darkness, we are reminded of our vulnerability. Our senses are limited. Our certainty fades. And in that space, we come face to face with ourselves, without distraction, without explanation. For some, this encounter is overwhelming. For others, it is strangely familiar, almost as if darkness is not something new, but something remembered. A state before language, before identity, before the world demanded clarity and speed. Maybe the fear of darkness is not fear of what lurks outside, but fear of what surfaces within. And maybe, just maybe, darkness isn't something to escape, but something to understand.